likelihood is that during your travels across Tamriel, you will have been waylaid by countless suicidal bandits, repugnant monsters, and creepy creatures. But I doubt that you will have come across the 5 deadly creatures I'm going to be talking about in this video, since they are the top 5 least known about creatures within the Elder Scrolls universe. Do take note that in making this list, I have considered creatures that are either totally insentient or partly sentient. If you want the equivalent of this list, but of sentient creatures, then feel free to watch my top 5 most unknown races video. I'll put up a notification linking to that on screen now, and add a link to that video in the description. In 5th place, we have the Merchant Mudcrab, a rare, seemingly immortal mudcrab that can be found both on Vardenfell in the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, and on Solstime's northern shore in Skyrim. Whilst mudcrabs are pretty common pests throughout Tamriel, this mudcrab is unique in its immortality and ability to speak. At the time of Morrowind, the Merchant Mudcrab can be found near Vivec, on the Azura's coast region, and if encountered, this mudcrab will willingly sell the player alcoholic beverages. In fact, it's said that this mudcrab unfortunately has a serious alcohol problem. Despite its serious drinking problem though, the Merchant Mudcrab somehow survived until the time of Skyrim, and I can only imagine how shriveled and decrepit its liver must be, assuming the crab continued its drinking habit. In Skyrim, the mudcrab's name has changed however, and acts hostile upon sight to the player, staying true to its new name of Old Salty. Old Salty can be encountered near a tankard and some gold, so seemingly this poor mudcrab is kept to its alcoholic ways. Its long lifespan could be explained by the fact that whenever killed, Old Salty simply respawns, so who knows how old this creature is in reality. No doubt you'll know about werewolves, and probably werebears as well, but have you ever encountered a were-crocodile? These mysterious creatures inhabit the swamps of Blackmarsh and southern Morrowind, and this form of lycanthropy reportedly affects Argonians the most. It's suggested in the Infernal City novel that a member of Lilmoth is a were-crocodile, and although this claim is eventually disproved, it shows there's certainly a willingness of people, especially Argonians, to recognise were-crocodiles as a legitimate form of lycanthropy. Interestingly, there are loads of other weird forms of lycanthropy as well, like were-sharks and were-lions, but the information on these were-creatures is incredibly scarce, and their existence is mere rumour more than anything else. In 3rd place, we have a creature which, I suppose, can't honestly be classed a full creature at all. The Forge Master is a unique dwarven centurion that can be found guarding the Ethereum Forge in the ruins of Bethalft. And you may be wondering how this dwarven centurion made it on the list at all, considering it's obviously some sort of automaton created by the Dwemer. Whilst this may be true, to power this centurion, some sort of powerful soul would have been needed. So, in effect, the Forge Master is a creature at heart, and exhibits the same characteristics as your average hostile in-game creature. All that aside, the Forge Master is an incredibly interesting machine in that it's utterly unique compared to other centurions. Firstly, it can seemingly breathe fire like a dragon, and parts of its armour appear as if they've been coated in some sort of magma. Furthermore, this centurion guards perhaps one of the greatest treasures of the Dwemer civilization, the 4,000-year-old Ethereum Forge, which has been used to, and still can, craft immensely powerful magical artifacts. The Sol Cairn is a terrifying realm of existence, and, understandably, it plays host to some of the most horrific creatures imaginable. Perhaps chief among these is the Reaper. This is a secret boss that can be encountered in the Dawnguard DLC, and I have to say that this has to be one of the most disturbing looking creatures I have ever seen in any of the Elder Scrolls games. The Reaper is a ghostly giant masked figure that wields an iron battle axe, and wears the same armour and cowl as seen on executioners in Skyrim. The backstory of this creature is unknown, but it's thought by some that the Reaper is an imitation of the legendary Grim Reaper that we all know and love. Such as the Reaper's aura of terror that some souls within the cairn can be heard to whisper, "Shh, he's watching us." On the paramount position on this list, we have a creature that has a literally impossible name to pronounce, but nonetheless, I'm going to try and do it anyway. This creature is called the Udurifreikt. Not unlike a troll, the Udurifreikt is large and hairy and has a similar physique, although it does lack the 3 eyes. The name reportedly comes from the Norwegian words Udur and Frikt, which mean beast and fear respectively. A fitting name considering the beast's history. The Udurifreikt was responsible for the so-called Mead Hall massacre massacre at Thirsk Mead Hall in Solstheim during the time of Morrowind. The creature killed every person it could lay its hands on, and famously, the creature used a severed gnawed leg as a weapon to bludgeon its foes. The beast makes reoccurrences in both Oblivion and Skyrim as well, although each time the name of the creature is spelt slightly differently. Perhaps the creatures found in both of these games are relatives or offspring of the original creature in Morrowind.